What is up, boys and girls? I hope you all are having a great day. I am back here with another walkthrough video of how I do some things setting up for fishing here in Michigan City, Indiana at the local lighthouse pier. Just so some of you know, Michigan City is located right here on Lake Michigan. I am in Northwest Indiana. I'm going to walk you guys through two different setups that I use throughout the year. Right now is our springtime coho run. So I'm going to walk you through the first one, show you how I set up for them, and go from there. Really easy, really quick setup for that one. And not a whole lot of moving parts. Give me just a second. I'll flip you guys around and show you what we're working with. So, like I said, not too many moving pieces here in this one. So, we're going to start with your three-way swivel. I believe this is a 1 ounce egg weight sinker. The hooks that I use are number 4 Raven Specialist hooks and some leader line. So unlike last time, I'm not going to be tying this one up onto one of my poles because I already got one set up ready to rock. So I'm going to tie this up real quick, freestyle it, and show you guys how it looks completely tied up. I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got this tied up. It is going to be smaller than what you would actually use in length on some of these pieces of line. So I'm going to pan you guys down and we're going to take a look at this together. Alright, so the way I have this set up here, if you can see this, this would represent your main line comes down into the three-way swivel there. Got the egg weight tied onto the bottom, and your hook is tied onto your other spot on that three-way. So the way this one's going to work, main line comes down, you let it sink all the way to the bottom. That egg weight is going to settle on bottom. This here line with your hook on it is going to free line out and basically just float in the current there and basically stay stationary while you are waiting. This is going to be a waiting game. It's not one of them that you just throw out, reel back in. Throw it out, let it sit, start a conversation with somebody else sitting out there with you, maybe make a friend. But this one here is very effective, I have come to find. For coho in the spring, when they come close to the pier, close to the harbor, and they start moving inlet. Another look at it, main line comes down into the three-way. Bottom one's going to be your egg weight. The other one is going to be your leader line into your hook. I do not put any split shots or anything on that free line hook, just because I do want it to stay out there, stay in the current, move around a little bit. But with the egg weight, it will stay stationary as long as you have a heavy enough weight on the bottom of that. I do know a lot of times a 1 ounce does work well for me because I don't typically try to throw this when there is a whole lot of moving water moving in, water moving out really quick. But if you do also want to, you can always size up to a number 2 pyramid sinker. Them right there are very effective. I use those all the time. For the next rig I'm going to show you guys, like I said, I'm going to show you two different ones. This was the first one, very effective for coho, whitefish. You can really throw this almost at any body of water that you want to stay kind of close to the bottom, but you don't want to sit on bottom. So I'm going to tie up the next one. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, so I've got this one put together. This one here is what we call a Michigan rig. This one here has been more effective for me and a lot of people that I know during our summer months when we get our summer run steelhead, which we call Skamania. There's a lot behind that name. They come from the Skamania hatchery, and that's why we call them by that name. They're just an oversized steelhead. I have seen them get up to 17 pounds. My best friend actually caught one of those a few years ago, and I'll tell you, they are absolute units of fish. They get very acrobatic, they are very strong, and they are going to give you a run for your money. So let me break this down for you. There are a few more parts in here, and like I said with the last one, the lengths on some of these are not going to be what you're truly going to run. Once I show this one, I'll go back, start breaking it down, give you kind of lengths and everything that I use on both of these, okay? So give me a second here. All right, so this one here is typically where I use my my 2 ounce, pyramid sinker. Typically, I would have a clasp tied to that, but I am actually out of those at the moment, so I direct tied it onto what would be your main line. Goes up into float, line through float, comes up, barrel swivel, strung directly through the main line so it can free line, standard bead, and a peg basically on there. So coming off of your barrel swivel to free line, single split shot about halfway down into your hook. So this one here, like I said before, is one that I throw, and a lot of the other guys that I know, during the summer months, June, July, and August. We will throw this one at the pier itself for our summer run steelhead. And with this one here, it is more of a stationary rig. Due to the 2 ounce weight that's on the bottom, holds it quite stationary, and for that is a very good thing during our summer months, because the pier is quite pressured, quite packed with people, and we want it to stay stationary and not float into anybody else's line, anybody else's rig. Just to be courteous, just so we can all get out and fish together, and try to get as many fish as possible. This one here, I have seen it in action. I've used it myself. It is very effective. So to break it down a little bit farther, the free line on that Michigan rig, you want that to be anywhere between 6 to 8 feet long coming off of that barrel swivel. Due to when that float sits, it is going to sit pretty much like this in the water. So it's not going to sit vertically, it's going to sit more horizontally, and that line is going to sit downwards. And when it does that, like I said, that pyramid weight's going to hold it stationary here, float's going to be here, then your free line is going to come off of that and do another downward drop. Now for that bobber peg, I use the string ones, typically come in a pack like that with the beads, just so I can reel it up into my bail and not cause any problems on that. Typically run that about 13 to 15 feet up your main line to where it will sit properly on that one. Then to run back to this one, your 3-way rig. For the egg weight, I typically run about 2 feet on that from the 3-way into the egg weight, and then the free line into the hook, I typically run anywhere between 4 to 5 feet on that one, just so it can have enough room to get up and out away from the main line, float in the current. But that is the breakdown on those two. Show you how to set them up. So I hope this helps out, and you guys get out there, start throwing these, have a good time with them. Let me know how they work out for you guys. Till next time, tight lines. Hope you guys have a good evening.